All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Tigers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that'll make it 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now look at 56.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Go. The 20. Switch. 6-on-7. Great. 82.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And his kick is good. And the Bucks take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, Allen into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
82, 82. Stack. List by two. 81.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz going deep here for Bryant. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Come on now, let's go. 82. Set. 20. Here, sit. Black, come on. Lance 5-3.
Wentz now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
81, 81. Set. 20. Black, black. Lynch 5-3. Lynch 5-3. 81, 81. Lion. Set.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they go option to the right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This long drive continues here to start the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ram, ram! Go, go! Waiting! Go, go! Hey, stack, stack!
On 1st down, Wentz. Out left side here to Bryant. Touchdown, Chicago! Martavis Bryant, 65 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 1st down, and they're going to throw without it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on for Braxton Berrios. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Allen now operating from the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Bucks on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Lucky 56.
Now Allen again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Gone, 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 gone.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And that is out on incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them.
The Bucks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone, 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 gone.
Now Allen from the gun, he'll throw. And that one's going to be zone. It's incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down, but they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And that'll bring them back within 4. No problem so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Bryant. 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Martavis Bryant with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And now he spins for, and nothing but daylight ahead. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Bucks get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make it 17-13. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wentz now on first down. Going up top. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This one from 35 yards away. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So we've come upon... So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go. Third quarter. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
6-5-7. 6-5-7. Don't go. Waiting.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Wentz. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd down here.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Wentz now to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now they'll run it on the toss. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll go up. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. So they snap it at 1, and that just felt rushed. It didn't feel right from the start.
It's not that snap it at 1 because you're trying to bleed the clock and everyone knows what you're trying to do and you're all on the same page as an offensive unit. In this case, there was an element of hurrying, beat the clock, and when you do that, sometimes you just need to step back, take the time out, and regroup.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the... That's caught at the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Gun!
to the air on second down. It's Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Detroit! Detroit! 53, check 53. Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie things at 20 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Wentz going to throw. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. Martavis Bryant. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And his guys are going to take the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without them, they're not winning this game.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Allen now on 1st down. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot, hot.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On second down, here's Wentz. Going deep here for Bryant. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
74, 74. Here, sit. Black, come on. 81.
Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Denzel Perryman in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Gun! Detroit!
On first down, Allen. That's caught by Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis this. Coming with pressure, he drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Dixon on the pitch. Nifty move. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Right here on 1st down. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Gun.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. And able to connect with Berrios. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll bring up second down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is